Hey guys, I looked at this and thought, you guys did a good job with practicing today that I decided I probably would want to make you guys a little help video so that, you guys can practice your guys' exponent skills and just really hone in on your guys' rules and everything. Okay? Number one, notice if my pencil wants to work, but notice you guys, we got a 0 power, so this is all gonna be just 1, right? So all you guys have then is this, and pretty much let's just push this negative exponent to be in the denominator. So this, you guys, is simply just gonna be x to the 4th all over y to the 3rd, okay? Number 3, now does everyone see how there's an exponent on the outside of the parentheses for both of them, right? So this one, we should probably multiply every single exponent by the ones from the outside. So up top, we're going to have y to the negative 2 times negative 3 for positive 6. And on the bottom, we're going to have negative 2 raised to the negative 2 power, x to the negative 6 power, and y to the 8th power. And then we're going to clean some stuff up. So 2 to the negative 2, I'm going to push that to the top. So if I push it to the top, then it's going to be negative 2 to the 2nd. I'm going to push the x to negative 6 to the top to x to the 6th. And we still got y to the 6th, and then y to the 8th. Now, negative 2 to the 2nd, you guys, is negative 2 times negative 2 for 4. X to the 6th, and you guys, right here, 6, same basis, division, 6 minus 8 is going to give you guys y to the negative 2. But now, we got a negative exponent, so you guys just push that down to the denominator, and you guys should get y to the 2nd on the bottom. So there's number 3. Number 5. Now, look closely, you guys. On the bottom, there's multiplication. If we have multiplication, that means for every common base, we add the exponents together. So we got negative x all over. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Now, you guys, take a look. Negative 2 plus 2, that's going to be x to the 0. Y to the 3rd times y to the negative 3. 3 plus negative 3 or 3 minus 3. That's also y to the 0. Both of these become 1, right? They both become 1. So really, we just have negative x over negative 12, you guys, which is just x over 12. 7. Look at all this multiplication happening inside the parentheses, you guys. So since there's all multiplication on the inside, that means for every common base, we add the exponents together. So I'm going to put the negative 2 in the front. Okay, so these two, add up the exponents. Negative 3 minus 2, or negative 3 plus negative 2, that's m to the negative 5. Look at your p's, right? This is p to the 1st, so 4 plus 1, that's p to the 5th. And your guys' q's. Q 0 plus 4 plus negative 1, that's going to be q to the 3. And now something else to recognize, I didn't do it. You guys see how there's a negative 2 and a negative 2? Q, negative times a negative, this will make this whole thing positive. And it's all raised to the 3rd. So now that we kind of cleaned up the inside, you guys, now distribute, or no, multiply this power to each power, including the 2, because that power of 2, you guys, has a power of 1. 2 to the 3rd, m to the negative 15, p to the 15, q to the 9th. And then 2 to the 3rd, you guys, is 8. And we're going to push the m to the negative 15, you guys, down to the bottom. So, that's number 7. Number 9. Okay, I'm going to clean up the top first. And I see a negative times a negative, so it's going to be a positive now. So, m's first. Negative 3 times negative m to the negative 4, you guys, right? So that's going to be m to the negative 7. P to the first times p to the negative 1, you guys. That's just p to the 0 power. And then q to the negative 1. All over 4 m to the 0 p2 q to the negative 2. Okay, and if you're like, where's the negative sign go? Well, remember, guys, a negative times a negative, we'll just make it a positive. So, negative 7 minus 0, because division rule, m to the negative 7. 0 minus 2, p to the negative 2. Negative 1 minus negative 2, which is negative 1 plus 2, that's just q to the first all over 4. And then we're going to push down our negative exponents to the denominator, so it's going to be 4 m to the 7 and p to the second. So it's just knowing your guys' division, just your exponent rules, right? Really honing in on your exponent rules. 11, this 2 has a power of 1. I'm going to multiply each one of these by 2. And then 2 to the second, you guys, is 4. Let's get all the common bases and subtract them. 4 minus 0, m to the 4th. Negative 6 minus 2, p to the negative 8, all over q. And lastly, we just got to push down the p to the negative 8 into the denominator. And that should be number 11. That should be number 11. I'm just making sure because I'm prone to make mistakes. Okay, here. We should multiply all the ones up top. So since there's multiplication, that means you guys add your exponents. And look, a negative times a negative will then make this whole top positive. We got 2. 3 plus 3, x to the 6. 3 plus 3, y to the 6. All over x to the 4th. Third. And remember, this power of 2 has a 1. So we can clean that up if we want, you guys, too. 6 minus 4, x squared, y to the 6, all to the third. And remember that 2 has a power of 1. Now distribute the 3 to each exponent. 2 to the third, x to the 6, y to the 18th. 2 to the third is 8, x to the 6, y to the 18th. And that is number 13. That's number 13. All right, 15. Let's clean up the inside a bit. Common bases multiplied, so add up the exponents. So 3 plus 0 is just going to be 3. So we have negative x to the third, y to the 4th, third power, all over negative 2y. Or just know, you guys, that's just 1. Now let's distribute this exponent to both. So we're going to have negative x to the 9th, y to the 12th, all over negative 2y. Negative divided by negative is a positive, and then that's a power of 1. 12 minus 1, you guys, is 11. X to the 9th, y to the 11th, all over 2. And that's number 15. 17. Now, if you're wondering why, you guys, a negative to an odd degree, it's just going to give you a negative. A negative to an even power is going to give you guys a positive. So for here, well, let's clean up the top. Negative 2 times 2 is 4. X to the second, x to the 0, that's just x to the second, add exponents. Y to the second, y to the first, add exponents. Y to the third. All over the bottom. Let's distribute this 4 to both exponents. Now remember, you guys, a negative coefficient to a positive power is going to be a positive. So x to the negative 12, y to the 12th. And then, you guys, let's just do our division rule. Negative 4. 2 minus negative 12, that's 2 plus 12 for x to the 14th. 3 minus 12, that's y to the negative 9. And then we just gotta push the y to the negative 9 to the bottom to make it positive. Negative 4 x to the 14th all over y to the 9th. 19, I like this one. All of this is raised to the 0 power, so this all just turns into 1. Very nice. 21. Okay, up top, multiply this exponent, so y to the negative 9. Bottom, well, coefficient is negative 2. Because we got multiplication, negative 3 plus negative 1, that's x to the negative 4, y to the negative 4. Okay. Alright, so first of all, common bases, division, negative 9 minus negative 4, that's negative 9 plus 4, you guys, which is y to the negative 5. And then let's deal with our negative exponents, yeah? So the y, we're going to push to the bottom, and x to the negative 4, we're going to push to the top. And we're going to get x to the 4th, negative 2y to the 5th. 23. Alright, let's clean up the top, shall we? First, I see a coefficient of 2, so I'm going to put the 2 in the front. I see many u's getting multiplied together, so we add the exponents. Negative 1 plus 2 plus negative 5, that's u to the negative 3. V's, they're all getting multiplied, so add the exponents. Negative 1 plus negative 1 plus 3, that's just v to the first, right? All over u to the 4th, v to the negative 2. And again, I'm going to simplify the inside first. We got division right now. Negative 3 minus 4, that's u to the negative 7. 1 minus negative 2, that's 1 plus 2 for v to the 3rd. Now I'm going to distribute this exponent of 3 to each exponent, or multiply each exponent by 3. 2 to the 3rd, u to the negative 21, v to the 9th. We're going to simplify 2 to the 3rd, you guys, to be 8, v to the 9th, because we pushed the u to the 21st to be on the bottom. $23. Where did I go wrong? Negative 3. Yeah. This is 23. U to the on the answer sheet, it has u to the 15th on the bottom. I forgot the negative sign, so there should have been a negative sign in all this too. But on the bottom, oh my gosh, this is u to the first. U to the first plus 2 plus negative 4. Yikes. That should have been u to the first. And then 1 minus 4, then it would have given us u to the negative 3. And then negative 3 times that. Wait a second. I'm going too fast. 1 plus 2 plus negative 4, that is negative 1. Negative 1 minus 4, that would have been negative 5. And negative 5 times 3, that would have been negative 15. Oof, that one was bad. And push it down. As you guys can see, you gotta know your rules, otherwise you get into messy stuff like that, right? 25. Okay, we like this. That's 1. Bottom. Okay, a negative times a negative will make that bottom a positive. M to the negative 2. Negative 3, because it's multiplying negative 3 plus 2, that's n to the negative 1. And then we push that all to the top, you guys. So m to the second, n to the first. 27. Okay, so up top, we can distribute the 3 to each exponent. And since it's negative, anything negative to an odd power is just going to be negative still. So, and we kind of know, you guys, that that's 1. So really what we get is negative y to the negative 12 up top. On the bottom, well, 2x to the 3rd, and these, you add up the exponents, so that's y to the 0, which is essentially going to be 1, right? So the only thing we gotta clean up is the y to the negative 12, we gotta push to the bottom. So negative 1 all over 2x to the third y to the 12th. Same thing, great. 29. Okay, this, you guys, that's n to the 6, you multiply. The bottom, okay, a negative times a negative coefficient is a positive, so we got a positive 2. Multiplied, so we add these exponents. Negative 2 plus 0, negative 2. Negative 1 plus negative 4, that is n to the negative 5. Now we got common bases top and bottom with division, so that's going to be 6 minus negative 5 for 6 plus 5 for n to the 11th. And we push the m to the second to be up top. We get something like that. Oh. Bad. All of this is to the third, right? Now distribute this 3 to each power. 11 times 3, 33. 2 times 3 to the 6. 1 times 3 to the third, which is just 8. Okay, and last one. Top. 2 coefficient, 2 plus negative 2, that's just x to the 0, which is going to cancel to just be 1. 4 plus negative 2, that's just going to be y to the second, all over, distribute the 3 to each exponent, x to the negative 3, and y to the 12th. So, common bases, 2 minus 12, that's y to the negative 10 over x to the negative 3, and now we're going to push the y to the negative 10 to the bottom and x to the negative 3 to the top. And there you guys go. So, I know this is going to be stressful, I know this is going to take some work, but once you guys get your rules down, then anything we throw at you guys for the assessment, you guys will be able to ball out. Okay? So practice and, good luck you guys, okay? Peace.